What if I told you the biggest mistake that you'll make in the military won't actually happen while you're in? It'll happen within the first 12 months of you leaving the service because you failed to prepare. When I left the military, I thought I was ahead of the curve. Yeah, I had deployments, I had good training, but I had done all the things. Like I would consider myself to have been set up for success more than the average service member. You see, not only had I succeeded in my career, succeeded in my job, all the normal stuff that every vet can say they did, I also had at the time, 6-figure business that I was running, as well as a real estate investing portfolio, and didn't actually have to step into a career. Between being financially stable, having all my benefits, getting honorably discharged, and having a bunch of additional certifications, I figured I was good. What I didn't realize was just how much weight the uniform held. Meaning, I hadn't worked through my identity from I am in the military to I am Dave. I hadn't figured out who I was outside of the military, and most people haven't. I also hadn't really solidified that purpose out of military. I had a start, more than I think most people do, but it wasn't really solid. And so when you leave the military, you go from purpose, identity, mission to who knows what. The day you leave the service, nobody cares about your military service anymore. Now, they do, and they'll tell you thank you for your service, but what I mean is your rank doesn't matter, your awards don't matter, your stack doesn't matter, your trainings don't matter. None of that matters. And your brotherhood is still in. They stayed. And if you get out and move somewhere away from that base, gone. Especially if you move somewhere in the middle of the country where there's not a huge military installation, there's not even a huge military presence. It may be, and it is where I live, incredibly pro-military. And yet there aren't a ton of people around to form that community. And you realize quickly that the community outside of the military is much different than the community inside the military. And now you're isolated. And if you're not careful, that's when silence turns into drift. And if you combine that with poor budgeting or poorly setting yourself up for leaving the service, now you're in financial struggle, identity struggle, purpose struggle, mission struggle, no real North Star. And as a human, that can be absolutely devastating. I think a lot of service members get to the point where they're like, I'm getting out. And you're like, cool, what does that look like? And they're like, I'll figure it out as I get there. Or as I like to say, it'll buff. And that's fine. It may buff, but it's not always easy. And so you should put some work in ahead of time. Don't procrastinate the largest decision of your life until that point, right? Joining the military is a big choice. But once you join the military, like, they're going to take care of you. Leaving the military is a much bigger choice because now it's like you have to make all the decisions and nobody's there to take care of you. And the reality is, after service, nobody's coming to save you. You see, in the military, you could blow your paycheck every single pay period. You could, in fact, this is probably going to get me in trouble. This was one of my favorite cadences in the Marine Corps, and it was the one I would use whenever I wanted to get kicked out of calling cadence because Sergeant's Major never liked it. And it went, 1st and the 15th, we get paid. 2nd and the 16th, we get laid. 3rd and the 17th, we are broke. Military pay is a joke. I thought that was hilarious. You'd be running in cadence. You'd be like, 1st and the 15th, we get paid. 2nd and the 16th, we get laid. 3rd through the 17th, we are broke. Marine Corps pay is an effing joke. And then the Sergeant Major would be like, hooray, get back in formation. And anyway, that said, it's a joke until it's not. Because you could blow your paycheck on day one in the military and your housing's still covered, your food is still covered, your medical is still covered, your dental is still covered. Your life is good. Somebody will pick you up for work. Somebody will take you home. Somebody will drop you at the chow hall. Like, you could have zero financial capability and you would be okay. You could blow 100% of your paycheck on day one and you would survive until the next pay period. Not the same after service when you have to pay for housing and dental and medical and health and life and all the things. And if it goes south, your employer will just let you go. They don't have to care. So you've got to be prepared and you've got to put your big boy panties on because now your success is 100% your responsibility. Nobody's coming to save you. Just because you're good at your job doesn't mean the civilian world's going to pay you for it. You've got to get that job. You've got to keep in that job. You've got to earn that job. You've got to worry about corporate BS. So no, your MOS does not equal your market value anymore. The government shouldn't be your retirement plan. Like, don't get me wrong, pensions are great, VA disability is great, all these little bonuses and things are great. But if you're relying on the government, like, is that really what you want to trust your entire future to? Is the government, any government? This isn't about our government. This isn't about politics. This is about you shouldn't live where any government is your survival plan. You should take back your power and be in charge. The vets who win use their benefits to build wealth independent of the system, right? Use your VA loan to house hack, buy a fourplex, live in one unit, rent the other three, live for free, take that money, reinvest it. Use your TSP that you were hopefully saving while in. Use your collegiate benefits, use your VA benefits, use your disability, use any and all benefits available to you to pull all that nest egg under your control and set yourself up for success so that you're no longer relying on the government, and that's just a bonus. If you don't replace that brotherhood, you're going to feel lost and you're going to stumble. That is the hardest part, right? People joke, I miss the clowns, not the circus. But the reality is you will miss your brothers and sisters in arms. You've got to spend time actively working on a community, on that community, to find people that you love and in your corner. You've got to get out there. Go find a place to go ruck with other vets. Go find a running club. Go to the gym. Get out in life. Get around the sun. Get around fitness. Get around nature. Get around people and build a community fast where you're going to be living. You're going to miss the dark humor, the shared suffering, the shared mission. Civilian friendships are different. They just are. And it feels lonely. Loneliness can lead to drinking, can lead to isolation, can lead to depression. So you've got to work on fostering a community fast. That's legitimately why the War Room Mastermind, which is my, our community for service members and vets who want to achieve financial freedom, exists, is people love the community feel. They want to be around those people, other service members and vets with drive, right? That's why we're here. That's why it's in such high demand. So if that's something you want, I'll drop a QR code here and a link down below to check it out, but this is not a push for that. Just know that that's the reason our community thrives, is because people who are interested in financial freedom, real estate investing, entrepreneurship, business, all of that, they love the community that we're building. Freedom's overwhelming. I joke about now I have to decide what to wear every day, but that's kind of a joke. It is just an additional decision you got to make every day. You got to figure out when to wake up, when to go to work, what your routine looks like. Now that you have so many options, it can immediately create decision fatigue. It's not simple. Like in the military, it's like, wear this, be here at this time, do this, get home at this time, blah. Easy. And then you decide what to do with the last 4 hours of your day or the first hour of your day or your weekends. Now it's like, holy crap, what do I do? You could wake up at noon and eat junk all day. No one's going to stop you. You could never clean your room again and have roaches. No one's going to stop you. You can, all of the self-destructive habits the military kind of puts guardrails around, you can go right back to them. Now discipline is internal. It used to be external. Whether you wanted to or not, there was a base level of discipline in the military. Your room looked a certain way. Your fitness looked a certain way. Your diet looked a certain way. If you got too far out of whatever guidelines, people would step in and help you. Now it's all internal. It's whether or not you want it. The vets who thrive create their own structure very quickly and very intentionally. Most vets play too small when they get out. They aim for a safe job, decent benefits, good enough, and then they coast. And that's fine, but eventually you're going to miss having that goal, that North Star, that purpose, that drive, because we all had it. Every one of us was hungry for something when we joined the service. You weren't trained for average. You were trained for chaos, leadership, responsibility. The skills that you built absolutely transfer into entrepreneurship, real estate, sales, leadership, investing. People say that playing it safe is safe, but I think playing small is the real risk. Yeah, there is risk with going big, for sure. But would you rather shoot for the stars and land on the moon, or just never leave home? Never leaving home is theoretically safer than going out on adventures. Safe is just not it, though. What's the old adage? A ship in the harbor is safer than a ship in the sea, but that's not what it was meant for. Service members, vets, that's us. Don't become so complacent that you lose all sense of drive and purpose. Don't become the watered-down version of yourself that not even you likes. Time is your biggest asset. Most people grossly underestimate the amount of things they can do in 10 years and grossly overestimate what they can do in 1. So play the long game. Go research the marshmallow study, because playing the long game and being able to deal with delayed gratification will set you up for success all over the place. And so if you leave the military at 22, 24, 26, 30, whatever, like, you're still super young. Get that degree, get that career, chase that goal of yours and change the world. Most vets seem to wait till they're 35 to invest, or till they're 40 to think about retirement, or till they're 45 and they regret not starting sooner. Like, the difference between starting at 25 and 35 is massive. I mean, that's millions of dollars over a lifetime. You're going to screw stuff up. Like, what if I screw things up? Yeah, you will. You absolutely will. So set some safeguards, take some risks, not the risk of ruin, like, take some reasonable risks, be aggressive, but understand that as long as you have a safe ground floor foundation, you'll be okay. Understand basic personal finances, budgeting, where's my money going, emergency funds, all that things, and then go for the moon, go for the stars. The military is not the end. It's your second deployment. It's your second shot. Do it right this time. Prep for it. Take your time for it. Do the battle analysis and figure out your strategic plan for leaving service, and take care of yourself. If you want to apply for the War Room Mastermind, I'll drop a link below. We're pretty selective, but it is a great group of people. If you want some help with your VA disability claim, I've got a friend. I'll introduce you. He's a good buddy of mine. If you want some help being pointed in the right direction, I'll drop some resources below to help you out. But the bottom line is this: foster community, find your purpose, figure out who you are ahead of time, and have an emergency savings, because you're going to spend more money than you think when you get out of the military. It's going to be a little bit more of a financial burden than you anticipate. All that being said, if you're leaving the service, take care of yourself. Transition's not always the easiest. There are people out there to help. Find a community, take care of yourself, be proactive, and you're going to be just fine. Leaving the service is a little bit of a leap of faith, but you've got this. You've always had this. Trust yourself and go for it.